Late night bites with friends? Already hard to beat. That first too hot bite of fries you couldn't wait for, followed by ice cold Pepsi. Now that hits different. Suddenly, the energy kicks back in, the night goes longer, and the laughs don't stop. Because Pepsi brings out more flavor, more fun, and more of the moment. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar today.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
Possible the biggest serial killer of all time has just been caught, August 2026. It's Eugene Horsch. This all started when he was pulled over 2 months ago in June of 2026. He was pulled over alongside an unnamed female that had the ID belonging to Blair Tonzelli, which is a girl that's been missing for more than 3 years. So she might be one of the victims as well. So what we know is that Eugene Horsch has a house in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. When the DEA searched the house, because when they pulled him over, he had so many charges that it was unreal, plus the missing person ID. He had illegal weapons. He had large amounts of drugs on him. He had that missing person's ID. There was all kinds of crazy stuff going on. They pulled him over. So they did a DEA search on his house. What they found is truly shocking, and I'm surprised we haven't seen more of it on the mainstream media. They might just be scared to let people know that people like this could be your next-door neighbor. They found more than 700,000 images of what appeared to be RAPE and death. They found more than 60,000 videos containing the same subject material, more than 10,000 hand-drawn drawings and manuscripts, etc. This evidence is huge. We're talking about almost 1 million things of evidence they're having to go through. So they start going through them, thinking that it's just stuff that he's downloaded off the dark web and he's just a sick individual. But they're looking for this Blair girl, right? Well, when they're looking through the videos, they realize, hey, some of these videos and photos are from inside of this house. And they only went through roughly about 5% of the data. So only 5%. And they already found out that he is definitely responsible for the murders of 4 women. But they haven't found their bodies. It's just videos and photos of him doing things to them and then them dead in the videos and stuff. Gabrielle had been missing since 2012. And Maribel went missing in 2018. Now, the other 2 women that are believed to be involved in this is Blair, which, you know, she's missing since 2023. Supposedly, her father and Eugene's father had some kind of drug arrangement originally planned out. They found a giant grow house in his basement and a humongous stash of illegal weapons. So this guy's into like every single bad thing you could be into, essentially. And the other woman was Amy McHale, and she also had ties to him. She was actually married to Eugene's father, so she would have technically been his stepmother. Now, we don't have videos and photos of them yet. They're still going through everything. We have videos and photos of the other 2, though. And then we also have 5 urns containing human DNA, human remains. And we don't know who those 5 urns belong to. Now, here's the crazy part, is Blair actually told people days before she went missing that this crazy guy comes over to my dad's house and talks about melting people in these giant barrels. And that might explain why we haven't found any bodies yet. Because in these giant barrels that they found in his home, there was some kind of oil-like chemical substance that they are still analyzing right now to figure out what it is and what it does. My bet is it's some kind of acid that will completely vaporize, bone, skin, and everything. This story is still developing. But already, we know that there are potentially 10 bodies involved in this already. And we've only gone through 5% of the evidence. So we're waiting to hear who that unnamed woman was. Was she somebody that had Stockholm Syndrome and was forced to, she was held captive by him? Or is she somebody that was a lure? We do see a lot of modern cases of a female lure being involved. And that's gone back for a while, but we're just now hearing a lot more about it. Especially when it comes to like human sex traffickers and stuff. A woman is much easier to get somebody lured into a location where the attack can take place. So we don't know who she was yet, or why she seemed to be a willing participant carrying around an ID belonging to another woman. So we're going to find out. There's a reason why she's remained unnamed at this point. So we'll see that coming up. It looks like he might be doing the classic trope, though, of hunting down people that were already in this like drug world that might not be looked into by the police as much, because apparently what I was looking up online, that Amy McHale at the time she went missing was struggling with mental illness and drug abuse, and then also Blair's father was involved in the whole drug world. She was in a house where there was drugs coming in and out of it a lot, and we know how the police tend to investigate things when it's very heavily drug fueled. And they have a long ways to go. It's taken them 2 months to go through 5%. This could be years and years and years of them uncovering people, bodies, connecting cold cases. You're talking about somebody from 14 years ago that we know of right now. That is a long time for a serial killer to remain active, and we know how serial killer habits are. Most serial killers only go a few months, not years, between murders. And right now, we know that we have a 2012 disappearance, a 2016 disappearance, a 2018 disappearance, and a 2023 disappearance. So we know that there's going to be a lot that are going to fill in those blanks. That's what we're just waiting to see, is what blanks will be filled with what information.
It's a Friday or Saturday night, and you plan on heading into the city to party. Now, you might already live in the city, but if not, it's normally about a 30 to 45 minute drive for you. As you pull into that parking lot and get out of your vehicle, you are not the only one heading into the city for a night of fun. Though your fun might look very different than the serial killer who just watched you get out of your car alone. You didn't know it, but you parked in this particular serial killer's favorite hunting ground. This parking lot is very busy, it's congested, and best of all, there's no cameras on it. So he's been looking all night for a pretty young girl to park her car and get out by herself. Now he knows she'll be getting out and joining her friends. And his night of fun is just beginning, because for him, the best part of this is the hunt, the thrill of it, the getting to know you, the getting to watch you have fun with your friends and laugh and talk. And he's getting close enough where you don't notice him, but he can hear your friends say your name. So now he can put a name to this face he's been watching. He's kind of hanging around. There's way too many people for you to notice him individually. He blends into the crowd really well.
The perfect lunch combo. That first bite of your favorite sub, followed by ice-cold Pepsi. Add a couple of friends, and now that's next level. Suddenly, the laughs get louder, the stories keep flowing, and the food tastes better. Because Pepsi brings out more flavor, more fun, and more of the moment. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar today.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
After the night is starting to wind down, he kind of overhears you guys are wrapping it up. He remembered where you parked, so it doesn't look like he's following you. He's actually going to go in front of you, probably about 50 to 100 feet. He's actually going to get back to your vehicle before you do. He's going to position himself where you can't see him, about 2 to 3 vehicles away from you. After you're done chit-chatting with your friends, they go their way, and you go to get in your vehicle. This is his time to pounce, because what you've just done is unlocked your car, isolated yourself. If we're being honest, you've probably had a little bit to drink, so your guard's already dropped. And the second you open that door, he doesn't have to get you into his car. He's got a perfectly good car right there. He might use chloroform. He might hit you with an object. He might spare you the awful torture that's to come and take your life immediately. But either way, your life is now in his hands. Before you even knew there was a fight, the battle is over. Now, if you told somebody that you were on the way home and you're wrapping your night up, even if you live close, it's going to be at least half an hour to an hour before somebody's suspicion is sparked and they think something's wrong. They might even call the police within an hour or two from the moment you were taken. But you're an adult. The police are going to look into it. There's not a crime that they can see has been committed. Your car's gone. You're gone. There's no proof that anything bad happened to you. You could have found a fling that you're going to go have a one-night stand with. You could be hitting up an old boyfriend or an old fling, and you're just going to go have a fun night with them. You're an adult after all. You're not bound by society's rules. You could have taken a spur-of-the-moment road trip. You could be sleeping it off at a friend's house and you just forgot to tell someone. The police realistically aren't going to start looking for about 24 hours. And if you're in a place like Oklahoma City that sits next to I-40 and I-35, Within 24 hours, you can be anywhere, literally anywhere in the entire country. Heck, you could be outside of the country within 24 hours, sitting right next to one of those interstates. Now, let's say the best case scenario happens and that you communicated really well and told somebody, hey, I'm on the way, and they're expecting you within 20 or 30 minutes from the time you sent that text. And say the police, for some reason, take it dead serious, and within an hour or two, they're looking for you. With an interstate nearby, within an hour, there are countless exits that serial killer could have taken. Multitudes of possibilities off of those individual exits. The interstates and highway systems of the U.S. are almost completely unmonitored with cameras, and they're in your vehicle after all. So it might just look like you're the one that's driving to those spots. Now, serial killers mostly don't hunt in their own backyard, and this serial killer that you come across tonight was pretty smart. So he didn't hunt in his own backyard either. In fact, he's most likely from out of state. And now he knows these rules with law enforcement. Even if somebody alerted someone within an hour or two of you going missing, they're going to start with that local police department. Let's use Oklahoma City again for an example. Really, no one outside of Oklahoma City is looking for you. And the people in Oklahoma City aren't looking that hard because they don't know a crime's happened yet. But once again, let's say they do their due diligence and they're looking for you really heavy. From the central point of Oklahoma City or other big places like Atlanta and Nashville, within a couple of hours, you can be out of the state again. And that state you are now in is not even looking for you. The state you went missing in might be on high alert, but they don't know what state you went to. In a central state like Oklahoma, within 4 hours, there is 5 different possibilities of states you could be in. 6 if they're a fast driver. Now the killer is done with you or done with your body, and now it's time to restart this process. So 2 things have happened. He either used a stolen vehicle to get to that parking lot that night, and he doesn't have to go back and retrieve the vehicle, and he's free to go hunt anywhere he wants to. Or, most likely, he stole a license plate at the very least to put on his car, so if it triggered any cameras, it would not get matched back to him ever being there. So he's probably going to take a one-way rental car to get to the nearest rental company to that parking lot that he was stalking and hunting, and then he'll either just walk the rest of the way there or catch an Uber and get there. He's going to pick up his vehicle, and while he's in that parking lot, he's going to reminisce about the night that he came across you. And he's going to think to himself, I can't wait to be here again. And he's going to get in his vehicle, and he's going to drive away, and another victim will be claimed at some point in time. Now, this seems very unlikely, but the reason why I do these videos every so often is not to just scare people senseless and to make them not want to go out and have fun. You should. You should also be very responsible. Any young man or woman that is having a night out, having a few drinks, really you need to travel with a buddy. It makes all the sense in the world to travel with somebody else when you know that you're going to be out and about late nights, probably being a little irresponsible. Stay in communications anytime you can, and always keep some form of protection on you, even if it's as small as pepper spray. Give yourself some kind of fighting chance. Why would you not? If a big man comes after a small-bodied, man or woman, you can't fight them off. I don't care what kind of training you've had. You're not going to fight them off. You need something to even the playing fields. And I'm not saying that it's got to be the most extreme measure, but a taser, pepper spray, just something, okay? Do yourselves a favor. Be as vigilant as you can, because as unlikely as this seems, it is going to be somebody's fate tonight. And it's going to be somebody's fate tomorrow night and the night after. There are unsolved murders that happen in this country every single day, multiple times a day. Don't let yourself be one of those statistics, especially if you live near I-40 or I-35.